Oh my god. There we go. My mic was actually muted. Great. Hello everyone. Let me just double check things. I'm just making sure everything is working, the audio levels are okay and whatnot. So, bear with me. Okay, I can hear myself on my computer screen. That's not good. My bad, guys. I'll do it through my phone. That way, I don't know. You'll probably still be able to hear it, but let me try. Check the stream is working. Let's not question the thumbnail. I just literally threw it together just now for the... It asked me for a thumbnail when I tried to stream, and obviously the last one didn't have one, so it's just my logo. This one is like, oh god, and I just threw already, like, assets I already had just together. Okay, take a look. Alright, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to check out the stream and I'll be right back. Alright, is this alright volume-wise, guys? I'm just wondering if this... Like, the balance between the music and my audio input. I'm new to OBS and streaming overall, so... Like I say, I need a bit of help here, guys. Okay. Just hoping that things aren't too loud. This is supposed to be copyright-free music. So, I mean, the last one I thought was, and it wasn't. Like, I literally searched for copyright-free music, and then I got copyrighted. But I've seen good, like, a lot of people in the comments have said, like, oh, I've used this countless times and never been copyrighted, so this should work. Because last time, you know, without music, it just felt very empty. I'll start answering questions and whatnot as we go on, but just for now, I just want to get settled and make sure that things are working. And then I'll cast my screen in a second. Just bear with me one more time and I'll be back again. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. I don't know how in sync this chat is. I really want to add the chat to the actual stream itself, so like you guys can see the chat on screen, but I have no clue how to do that. And from, you know, Google search results, apparently I can't do that. So if anyone in the chat has used OBS and streams or whatever, how do I get the chat to show on screen? Or do I have to, like, actually have it as a whole separate window and I crop the screen to the chat box? That's just what I'm thinking. I hope that that's sarcasm. Why am I racist for putting a blanket in the thumbnail? Like, what? I've never played Poppy Playtime. It just does not look like my thing. I've seen other people play it. I'm assuming what was the first one that came out. I just, yeah, it's just not for me. I don't really get it. And as far as I know, I don't want to, like, stir things, but apparently the company consists of not very nice people. I saw someone ask what's my favourite FNAF game. My favourite FNAF game is easily FNAF 1. And close second is FNAF 6. I just love it. How simple the first game is and how right, it got the whole eerie ambience and aesthetic. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but all of my videos kind of follow that same ambience, that same vibe as the first game. I really try and get it down, and in an upcoming video, I want to hopefully capture that even more so. Well, that music cut off quite abruptly, didn't it? Have I seen the new FNAF Nightmare animation? No. What FNAF Nightmare animation? Is it the FNAF 4 one where everything just looks really smooth? Like, it's not like a VHS tape. It's just a Blender animation. Because that is creepy. I'll make the screen a bit more exciting for you guys in a second. Like I say, bear with me. We're still new to this. We're still settling in, making sure things are all working and in place. Hello, Marionette Puppet Master. Welcome. Do I say welcome to the stream? That makes me feel really weird. It's just such a cliche, innit? Will there be a FNAF 3 VHS movie tapes when you're done with the FNAF 2 ones? So I have been asked this question before, obviously. I mean, it's a pretty obvious question. I don't know. I have no idea, because originally I was going to end it with a Springlock scene, and that was going to be like my timeline. He gets Springlocked, but we never see the aftermath because we know the rest of the story. But if the series continues to do well, or if I'm being honest, I run out of ideas and I decide to end the series, I can always then progress further with the FNAF 3 tapes. The main thing against it, though, was Afton Archive is still pretty recent, and the visuals with it and everything, and the fire, it's just so well done, and I'm super proud of it, and I don't want to overwrite that or push out something that looks almost identical, you know? And it took a lot of effort and time to render and stuff, and then to remodel it all again and whatnot. It'd just be very repetitive, although it would also... The Hidden Nightmare. Sorry for interrupting myself there. But I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. I'm just going to quickly look this up, the Hidden Nightmare, or whatever they're saying. Oh my god, I just went on my YouTube homepage and I can see the thumbnail. That's amazing. Hidden Nightmare FNAF. Yep, so it's popping up, so it must have been popular. Yes, I have seen this. It's really well done. The creepiest bit about it, I think a lot of it doesn't really get me, but the main thing that made me go, oh, that's a bit... That unsettled me, was the bit with Chica, where her pupils almost dilate and her mouth hangs open, and, you know, it just darkens. It's so creepy. I hope I'm just checking to make sure my thing is in sync. It is in sync. Last time I streamed, the chat was not in sync whatsoever, but it seems like we're alright for now. We'll switch it to live chat, maybe that might help. The fire form is incredible. Besides the part where Springtrap runs very fast, like 1 second. Yeah, I saw people who thought it was kind of funny, but I just thought it made the most sense because I did have him run slower originally, obviously, but it just looked wrong. Maybe my animation skills have improved since then, and that's why, like, back then my only way to do it was like him just speeding down the hall. It does look goofy, though. It does look goofy. That's why I'm laughing. Because I'm thinking back on it. It's the way he just takes off. Hang on. What's this username? FNAF fan, it's 2014. Also, Evan Afton fan, I see you. What? How'd you come up with that one? Does movie Vanessa exist in your movie tapes? No. Neither does Mike, to be honest. As of now, I mean, like I say, I'm creating the story almost as I go. Like, I have main plot points and ideas that I want to exist, but during the build-up up until those parts, then there are technically what you could call filler episodes. It's not that they're bad, it's not that they have less effort put into them, it just means that I've gone in the moment, okay, time to create a video, but it feels too early to make this big one yet, or maybe I've just finished making a big one, and I want to make a smaller episode. What can I do? And I go for it, like, from there, and at the start of the week, I brainstorm, and then I start putting things together. But I'll just script it within a day. How long does it take to make a VHS tape? About a week for me. The one before, I was gonna say the recent one. The recent one was pretty quick, about a week. But the one just before that, the grand reopening, I always forget the name of it, and I really shouldn't, because it is literally, it is nearly 1 million views, which is insane. But you know, it took me about a month to create that one, just over. Grand reopening was the best thing I've seen, but the ending made me lose a few brain cells. Like the puppet tells the viewer saved them and what do you mean? Oh, what, the puppet lets the security guard die is what you're asking. There is a reason for that. There is a reason for that. But I will not be saying it here. A lot of this series, I'm trying to leave certain areas of mystery, and I feel like with a lot of the audience, no one's really kind of clocked onto some things, and it's so tempting, like when someone gets it right, just to like halt their comment or something, but I'm like, no, they'll make it too obvious. I have done it with some things, and then at that point, it's just no longer really that much of a mystery, because I saw people getting very confused, even about the last video I did, the shorter one. People got very confused with who the character actually was and stuff. So, you know. When is Thanksgiving? Because obviously I don't celebrate that. I just saw someone say who's ready for Thanksgiving. Am I playing Minecraft right now? Oh, I could do. That would be kind of sick, but no. No, I'm not. I'm going to open up Blender in a second. I'm going to show you progress on my next tape, like what I've got going on so far, modeled. Maybe do a bit of animation just to show you a little bit behind the scenes, and then I'm going to move on, and I might purchase and download and play Five Nights at Freddy's 1 for you guys. Oh, it's on Friday. Do I say Happy Thanksgiving? Is that a phrase that you use? I'm sorry, I am too English for this. Do you say Happy Thanksgiving? You want to make a FNAF? I say go for it. I mean, you got to understand, I didn't know how to make a FNAF VHS at one point. You know? And here I am. I've done well for myself. You never know what could happen. It might take you a couple years, but who knows? You could just blow up day one or whatever. It happens. Honestly, if there's something you want to do, do it. Within reason. Oh, thank you. I don't even know what to say about that name, so I just call you Sus, because your username is literally an Among Us character, and I love it. That is actually sick. If anyone in here hasn't joined the Discord, please do. Because I do a lot on there. And another thing is, if you have Instagram, go follow me on there. I've just made a post on there about hitting 100,000 subscribers, and I want to connect more with you guys. So add my Instagram. It'll be linked in, like, it'll be linked on my channel, or it'll be in the description. I don't know if it'll be in the description of this live stream, but it will on like a previous video or something. My username is officialvalox, just all one word. It'll be obvious which one's me because obviously the logo. What do I think about FNAF in real time? Oh, it looks so good. So good. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm so excited. It looks so creepy. The last trailer where Bonnie kind of like fades in, comes through the door. So good. And then you have like Chico bashing her head on the window. I hope that's a bit in the game. I hope that when Chica's at the window, she smacks her head up against it, because that is creepy too. The new character, I don't know how I feel about it, but I think it's because I know nothing about it. But it's, I don't know, I feel odd as to where it's going to fit in and whatnot, but I'm sure they've got it covered. And the people that are running it, like the small company, they're lovely people. I tune into their stream. I know that Sis joined them as well. They had Raz on there. How do I make animations into tapes? Well, technically you just make an animation, render it out, and then you slap it through an actual VHS, or you can get some sort of software. So I know people use do it in Blender. You can use compositing nodes, and through that you can, you know, shape your own VHS effect. I know there's a couple out there that you can just download, and then you append it to the tab, or the actual file, shall I say. And then the other method, which is what I use NTSC. It is NTSC QT. Which it looks horrific if you don't know what settings, because it's you have to be very precise. And like I've said before in the Discord, I've had it side by side. So one tape I ran, it's the Backrooms one. I'll go from the start. The Backrooms tape that I made, the last one, I had a friend of mine run it through a VHS and then send it back over to me, and I compared that to the raw file I'd put into this software, NTC, whatever. And side by side, then I adjusted all the sliders until they looked almost identical, and they ended up looking exactly the same. So, you know, I didn't have to go to them anymore to keep running it through a VHS when this looked perfect. So there's a lot of different methods, man. I mean, my original method used to be Adobe After Effects. I used it in. Like, Adobe After Effects is my go-to VFX software. What is my favourite FNAF character? Golden Freddy. I've said this 100 times. Golden Freddy is easily my favourite FNAF character. Even from way back in the day when it was like first discovered as an Easter egg. I just loved Golden Freddy. I don't really have much of a reason, but then now I can kind of back it even more so by saying I love the idea of it being Cassidy, who's like this vengeful spirit, and it almost, like, it really develops this character as it's the one that, you know, it's like the one that is left behind. It remains to torture William. Would I say VHS are hard to make because the graphics and everything looks so good? It looks like it takes 2 straight years. It takes over 2 straight years of experience, but when you know what you're doing, it'll probably take you about a week or 2. For the bigger projects that you're saying, like the ones that look really real, probably about a month. I saw something about season 2, but now I've lost the comment, so sorry whoever that was. Let me just scroll down because I'm really far back in the comment section, which I apologise for. There's a lot of comments coming through. Someone just asked what's 9 plus 10. That took me way back then. God. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the BGVC VHS effect. I prefer even a real bit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which makes sense. I mean, a lot of them out there really don't look good. Some people do it for aesthetic purposes, I'd like to believe, and give them, you know, benefit of the doubt that they don't think a VHS actually looks like just static noise, which I'm guilty of once upon a time back in the day where I didn't really create the VHS, I just slapped a filter on, but now it really gets on my nerves because it just doesn't look good at all. But I feel like some people pull it off as an aesthetic choice, like the old Mandela catalogue videos. They did that, and I mean, it looks good. Doesn't look like a VHS, but you know, you get the aesthetic of a VHS. It's like a false VHS effect, you can tell. Did I like the movie? Yes, I have a whole review on this channel of it, both a spoiler-free one and an in-depth spoiler review, where I even go ahead and predict the next 2 films that they're supposedly doing. So go check that out if you haven't already. I loved it, personally. I'm one of the rare people, I guess. But I would like to say that now I've obviously had a long time to think about it, I can see why some people didn't like the film. I loved it still. I'd still rate it like an 8 out of 10 because I am a FNAF fan and I have been since 2014, since that demo dropped. I've been waiting for the film ever since it was announced and it kept getting cancelled. So, you know. So I can get why someone who doesn't know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's would go, what the hell is going on here? Because I guess I would argue that it's not a great experience for those that don't already understand the franchise. It would be quite a dead film. Will Jeremy's sister play a major role in the series going forward? You'll have to wait and see. You'll have to wait and see. What can I say? What is my sub goal before 2025? I don't really have sub goals anymore. I just go with the flow, which is why I'm so shocked I'm at 100k. It's insane. Because my last sub goal that I set for myself was 1,000 subscribers. And I surpassed that. It took me a long time to get there, don't get me wrong. It took me about 4 or 5 years to get to 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and it was insane. It was just shocking, like it is now. And then after that, I didn't have a sub count. Obviously, the Backrooms videos were the thing that blew me up. More so than 1,000, of course, because that's still quite a great number. And you know, it's just mental, because I didn't have a sub goal, but I was watching go up, and I was still happy and just like, oh my god, it's going up. But I never was like, okay, now the next goal is 50k. You know, I got to around 50k, and then my channel killed itself because I tried doing FNAF content when I had a fan base of Backrooms fans, and it didn't go well. But it was just what I was happier doing. I wasn't happy doing Backrooms. And I don't want to leave those fans behind, hence why I made the more recent version of the Backrooms episode 1. But I don't know when I'll release episode 2, because, like I say, it's just not something I really enjoy anymore. Sorry for coughing into the microphone, Jesus. So yeah, no, I don't have a sub goal. I just go with the flow, watch it go up, I get really excited, and I hit 100k, and it's insane. And I can't set goals because maybe I'm just a bit too negative, but it just always seems unrealistic. Like when I was sitting at even 70,000 subscribers, I'm looking at 100,000, I'm thinking that's unrealistic. My channel's going to die before then, and here I am. So I just need to stop being so negative, but I don't want to be positive in case I end up being disappointed. I just saw someone saying they were practicing their British accent for Bonnie. I've lost the comment now, but someone said something like that. Wait, here it is. If anyone needs a voice actor for I'm with it, Bonnie. I'll be practicing my British accent. Is Bonnie British? British, isn't it? I'm British. Yeah, I've got no idea what. I didn't think Bonnie was gonna be British. Do I play FNAF AR Special Delivery? When it first came out, yeah, but it just wasn't my thing. I didn't like it at all. I just didn't get the game, I think, was what it was. And it really was trying to follow the lead of games around the time that were popular. No, was it still popular? I think it had a resurgence, which was Pokemon Go. All these AR games started coming out of nowhere. It was a high in demand, and then they died. Much like 3D, for example. Like, I remember when 3D TVs were such a big thing. Now you don't see them anymore. Like, there aren't any 3D movies that come out anymore. I remember it being a huge thing, even with the DS. So I'd say, yeah, 3D was like 2013, wasn't it? And then AR was around 2016 to 2018. Let's not even talk about 4D. 4D, the one that was like scent. You know, when you had the scratch cards and you could smell them. I remember Spy Kids 4D came out, and everything in that film was just so they could have that feature, and it died after that movie. No one else used it. What's my favourite VHS video that I've made? Easily, without a doubt, 110%. It was the last, not the last one, I did the one before. Sorry, I'm getting confused on what I posted. It was Grand Reopening, because I put so much effort into it, and I think it really paid off. The voice actress in it was just so good, so good. I'm really, really proud of it all. Have I watched Walton Files? Yes, but I don't know how I feel about it. I don't understand the story. They're just something I've watched, just had on in the background, kind of watching, if you get what I'm saying. So that's probably why. So I don't really get the story, but it looks good, and I'm glad that he's doing his own thing away from FNAF. When I tried doing that, it didn't work out at all, you know, whatsoever. I did a series called Wilton Lake. It was an analog horror series. It was my first script that I ever developed, and I never even got to finish it because no one cared. Like, to be honest, it only got like about 2,000 views, and for a channel